Good morning, guys. I know today is a little different. Zoom isn't working right now. So in order to make sure that we're still on schedule, Ms. Roberts just thought it would be a great idea to record myself and just give it to you guys. So this week in math, we're moving on from rounding into subtraction, but we're going to spend one more day going over rounding. So no, we're not here with each other on Zoom right now, but that doesn't mean that we can't go over some mental math strategies. So what we're going to do right now, we're going to look at these questions over here or over here. Sorry. So we're going to be looking at these two numbers over here, or is it over there? And we're going to work on solving these problems. Remember, we're solving them mentally. We're just using our minds. So we have the problems 10 plus 39, and then we have 11 or 46 plus 11. So right now, what you're going to do is you're going to pause and think about, how do I get the answers to this question? So right now, pause. Okay, after you're finished thinking, let's talk about the answers. So 10 plus 39. So Ms. Roberts loves math. So I can solve that one really quick in my head. So the strategy that I'm using is I'm focusing on each place value at one time. So I'm going to start with my ones place. Well, in my ones place, I have a 0 and a 9. Well, I know that 0 plus 9, that's going to give me 9. And then I have, in my tens place, I have a 10 and I have 30. So when I add those two numbers together, I get 40. So my answer to that problem is going to be 49. Now, Ms. Roberts is going to use the same strategy to figure out 46 plus 11. So I'm going to focus on each place value at one time. So I'm going to start in my ones place. So 6 plus 1. Well, I know that 6 plus 1 gives me 7. Now I need to focus on my numbers in my tens place. Well, I have 40 and I have 10. Well, that gives me 50. So when I add those two numbers and their place values together, I get 57. So if you got that answer, great job. If you used a different strategy, let me know once we come back together that you used a different strategy. So, like Ms. Roberts told you earlier, we're still focusing on place value, or not place value, but rounding for one more day. So what we're going to do right now is we're going to work on answering some questions, but we're going to use a different strategy today. We're going to look at our I can statement and see what our different strategy is. So our I can statement is I can round numbers to the nearest 10 or 100 using rule of 5. So I know some of you are thinking, well, Ms. Robert, what's rule of 5? So the rule of 5, some of your parents may know this one, but you're going to round up if the digit is more than 5. So a little rhyme that I told my kids from last year is 5 or more, raise the score. 4 or less, let it rest. So let's put that thinking into action and let's figure out some problems. So what Ms. Roberts is going to do now is she's going to solve this problem. So I do. The distance from Atlanta to Los Angeles is 2,175 miles. A pilot wants to know about how far the two cities are. To the nearest hundreds, what's the best estimate of the distance? So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to look at the number. This one right here, I'm going to block it in. And then my problem is telling me to the nearest hundred. So I need to focus on the hundreds place. So I'm going to change my color really quick. I'm going to go to my hundreds place. So ones, tens, hundreds. So now that I know there's a 1 in my hundreds place, now it's going to be easier for me to figure out what do I need to do next. So since there's a 1 in my hundreds place, I need to look at the number behind it to figure out, do I raise the score or do I let it rest? So in my tens place, there is a 7. So the 7 is greater than 5, so that lets me know I need to raise the score. So what I'm going to do right now is write out my new number. So my number is going to be 2,200. Simple as that. So I'm going to show you one more time what I did. I looked at my hundreds place. I looked at the number right next to it or to the right of it. And then I determined what number am I going to round to. So now that we've done it with that number, let's move on to another one and see if we can get some more practice, and also watch a quick video that explains more about the rule of 5. So I'm going to erase. And let's go here. So our next problem says the Ramirez family wants to drive to Atlanta from Atlanta to Disneyland in California. The distance is 2,178 miles. About how many miles they're driving. So before we go into solving this problem, let's take a quick moment to look at this video that goes over the rule of 5.